Hi guys! So I started trying to film this video and then it didn't work, so I stopped trying to film the video, but I have makeup on my face, so I'm just gonna keep going, and that's that. So right now I'm using the Milani Conceal and Perfect. I love this foundation. It's pretty full coverage. It doesn't dry down to like a matte finish, and I don't like matte finish foundations. They're just a little too drying for me. I just personally would rather have more of a natural finish, and that's exactly what this gives off. So I'm just going to blend my life away right now and put the foundation on my skin. Yeah, so, and if I remember, I mean, it's drugstore price, obviously. It's from like Walmart or whatever. Milani is a really good brand, though. I feel like I have tried everything that I've tried from them. I've loved. I've tried primers, I've tried blushes, I have tried obviously their foundation. I had a highlight powder that I really loved from them. This is not spawned, by the way. Holy cow, like, let me just give Milani all the free promo. I just really enjoy the brand, honestly. So yeah, that's basically it. Sorry if I get rambly. It's my first video, so I'm probably gonna be a little rambly. Anyway, yeah, so I hope you guys are having a good day. It's Friday night, and I'm doing this, which is fine by me. I love makeup, so I'm not complaining at all, but, definitely not like, I have old makeup on, that's gross. Definitely not like living it up and partying on the town or anything. By the way, this is just gonna be kind of like a get ready with me kind of vibe thing. Like, it's not really obviously a tutorial or anything. I'm not sure I'm ready for those anyway. So we're gonna go ahead and start out with, we're gonna start slow, basically. I haven't looked at the camera once. I'm so sorry. Holy cow. Hi guys. Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of sit here and put on makeup and talk to you guys, and that's kind of it. We have kind of a busy weekend. We have a friend's son's birthday to go to that we're all very excited for. Of course, my kids are always excited about birthday parties. I remember being a kid and always being excited about birthday parties too, so I totally get it. But yeah, so we're doing that this weekend. Other than that, I don't think we have a whole lot of plans. Aladdin is playing in the theater on bass, and I've been so pumped.
What?
What are you doing?
What are you talking to?
I'm talking to a camera. I'm trying to record a YouTube video right now. Lucas making an appearance on the video, which is fine. You know, I have kids. It's probably a thing. It's probably gonna be a thing. Yeah, they're still awake. Yeah, they're still awake. Noah took a late nap, and Sammy never sleeps anyway. So that sounds horrible. He sleeps. He's just, sometimes he doesn't like to go to sleep. Okay, Lucas, go please. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway, yeah, so, what was I saying? Aladdin, playing on bass. I've wanted to see it. It's my favorite Disney movie, but I haven't gotten to, see it yet. And now it's in, like, the Bass Theater, which is way more affordable, and it's right here, right down the road. So, I was thinking about going to see that. I'm gonna go in with the Wet n Wild. This is, I think it's the Photo Focus Concealer. I just bought this today, actually, and so far I really like it. One thing I will say, I don't like the smell. It smells like bananas to me, and I hate bananas. Hate them. But that's so besides the point. But, also, if you guys have ever tried the Photo Focus Foundation by Wet n Wild, everyone raves about that foundation, and personally, like, I wasn't a fan. Obviously it's matte, so it's very drying on me, and I already said I don't like matte foundations at all. See, this foundation, or this concealer, it blends out nicely. I mean, I don't know how I feel about it yet though, because for all my people out there that love Tarte Shape Tape, I use Tarte Shape Tape, and that one is pretty dang hard to beat if you've used it. It's full coverage, it conceals all the sleepless nights you're getting and all of that, brightens and blah blah blah, it does everything it's supposed to. So, I mean, if I'm comparing them, obviously, like, no, it doesn't hold up, but this foundation was like, or this, I keep saying foundation, concealer. The concealer, I think it was only like $3 or something, so like, hi, yeah, I mean, if it works and it does its job and it's, you know, even if it's not as good as the Shape Tape or whatever, if it does its job, then I am not going to complain for a $3 foundation. You're kidding. Concealer, 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 concealer. Does anyone watch Laura Lee? Concealer, concealer. I'm sorry, I'm not throwing shade, I promise. Oh my gosh, I do not. My first video, I get no scandal with like a giant YouTuber. That would be hilarious. No, but, gosh, I'm going off on a tangent. As I was saying, I like this concealer. I think it blends well. It blends out nicely. It has coverage. It's not full coverage, but it does have some coverage. So I mean, I'm not complaining at all. Like I was saying, anyway, I like it. I like the concealer. There, that's the Wet n Wild photo focus. Like it. Anyway, so yeah, I don't think I've completed a full like thought in this video, but it's fine. That's how it's gonna be for now. So I'm gonna go in with my powder. It's the Coty Airspun translucent, or no, it's not translucent. The Naturally Neutral, I think it's called. And I'm going to set the concealer. This wasn't supposed to be a tutorial, and it's really not. Like, I'm just kind of explaining what I'm doing or whatever, but, yeah. So, Aladdin's in theaters. I'm not probably gonna go see it because not that I'm lazy, but like it's gonna take time away from like the family, and I don't mind taking time for myself, but at the same time, like, it feels like our weekends just fly by. Like they don't last very long. So like, am I gonna go and see it like a 3-hour movie by myself when I could be spending time with the family and stuff? Probably not. Like, it's probably just not gonna happen. But anyway, yeah, so kind of sort of baking. I don't bake. Like, not, okay. If you're here for makeup, you know what I'm talking about. Bake your face. You put powder on your face and you leave it and you put it in a heavy, I don't do that really. I don't see the point of it and I don't understand it. So I'll like put a thick layer on and then kind of wipe it off or whatever. So, oh, that was not good. Oh no. I literally just like took a shower and I still had makeup on, obviously, from the day that I had, and some of the residual like mascara and stuff is kind of peeling off, and that's really gross, and I'm really sorry for that. So yeah, hopefully that kind of stops happening. Gosh, the more and more I use this concealer, I do kind of dig it. Like, it's decent concealer for the price, especially. Like, I feel like it's pretty dang good. Anyway, so yeah, that's going on this the weekend. I don't know. I've been not doing a lot. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah. Anyway, so I'm losing focus. So now, after I do powder, I'm gonna go in with my bronzer. I use the Hoola by Benefit. I bought this ages ago, and like, it was the first bronzer I'd ever bought. It was the first time I ever really even like went to like Sephora and bought a bunch of makeup and stuff. And it was what was like recommended by all the YouTubers and stuff, and I feel like now no one even talks about it, and I'm like, okay, what did I do? Did I pick something that like is kind of fading out now? Like, I like it. It's still, like, to me, I love it. It works really nicely. I think, yeah, I just got the regular one, too, because they have a light version of this for, like, obviously lighter, fairer skin tones and stuff. I kind of like the darker, not darker one, but the regular one, the natural, the whatever you want to call it. I'm getting tongue-tied. I really like this color, though. It's just, I don't know. I like to look bronzed. I'm pale as all get out, and I like that this doesn't make me look as pale. And it kind of brings just a nice, like, it just rounds everything out. I didn't use bronzer for, like, the first 22 years of my life or something, like 23 years or something. I don't know. Recently, very recently, I started, obviously, like, getting into makeup and doing it, and really, like, watching YouTube videos and being super into, like, all of that. So, yeah, I mean, I'm using, like, a million different products now when I do my makeup, and it's like some of my friends are like, you use how much makeup? Like, you need how many different things? And I'm like, well, I mean, I have to, like, you know, I have to have the foundation and the concealer and the bronzer and sometimes the contour and blush and highlight and all the things, and, like, I rattle it off, and they're like, what are you talking about? But, I mean, I love it. Like, I just love all of it. I love that it's transformative. I love that it's artistic. Like, I can do this and feel like I'm painting, like, on like, I don't know. I've fallen in love with this, and so I think it's really cool. I'm obsessed. Like, I once I started, like, and I really started, like, researching, going in with my blush. This is the Milani in Blossom Time Rose. This is such a pretty blush, you guys. Oh my gosh. It's got a little bit of a, like, a sheen to it. Like, it doesn't have glitter necessarily, but it's definitely not matte. And it just adds, like, this soft, oh my gosh, it just adds this, like, soft, pretty, like, pink tinge to your cheeks. Like, you're just a flushed, cute little, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, but anyway, I love makeup. That's why I'm here doing makeup in front of a camera, because I want to share that with the world. And yeah. I hope you guys can see me well. I have my phone right now on, like, just the jankiest, the jankiest setup. But I'm starting out, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm sure that we will get there. But until I figure out if I can make this, like, a thing, I'm not gonna go out and rush out and buy lights and a camera, because I don't have a camera. Yeah, so this works for now. We will, the glow up will be fun, though. Like, that's something, I watch, like, my favorite YouTubers, and seeing their first video and watching them now, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, the transformation is everything. Like, the growth, and that's what I hope for. That's all I want. Like, I just want, that's not all I hope for, obviously, but, like, it's gonna be so cool to see that, if that happens for me, which I don't know if it is going to happen. But tonight, I was talking to a friend of mine. Hey, Sam, I don't know if you're watching this. It's a makeup video. I don't know why you would. But he was like, oh, I heard you're trying to, like, you know, do a makeup channel. And I was like, yeah, but every time I do it, it doesn't really work out. And I don't know how. And he's like, well, I mean, you just kind of have to, like, talk to the camera like you're talking to someone who's really important to you, like someone you admire, someone, and then figure it out from there. And so him just saying that, like, kind of, like, opened up my eyes to, like, I don't need to be nervous. I don't need to be, like, awkward, which I probably am. I'm gonna be. It's a camera. I'm not used to being on camera. But I feel like this time, I've tried to film this 3 times now, I think. And I feel like this time, I don't feel as, like, worried and awkward and, like, whatever, because I'm just talking, I'm picturing people in my life. Like, I'm picturing me just talking to my husband or talking to my friends, which is who's gonna watch us anyway, like, my friends, until I get, like, a big following. If I get a big following, like, it's gonna be my friends. so why am I so nervous? Like, it's unnecessary. Anyway, shout out to Sam. You're so sweet, and you really, like, changed my perspective on it, so I really, really wanted to say that, and I'm excited, because so far I feel like this is going a lot better than my previous attempts have gone. I'm having a lot of fun with it already. Like, it's a good time. So, yeah, anyway. There I go, being awkward. Way to go, Court. Yay. Yeah, so I have my blush on. I keep, like, ranting. I forgot highlight, which is my favorite part, so I don't know how I forgot that. That's insane. Yeah, so I'm going to just kind of skip it right now. I know. I'm sorry. I know. Don't yell at me. I'm going to skip it for now, and then I'm going to go into the eyes. And for that, I am going to use this little guy right here. Not so little. My Naked Heat. I love this palette. I wanted it. They have, obviously, like, if you know Urban Decay's, like, Naked line, they have, like, the Naked 1, 2, and 3, I think, and then they have the Heat, and they have, I think they came out with, like, a cherry one or something, which is, like, pinks, which I've always really wanted. But I saw this one and was like, this is, like, super duper down my alley. Like, it's warm tones, and it's, like, kind of orangey, and I love it. So anyway, since this isn't a tutorial, I'm not gonna, like, go through, like, oh, I'm doing this shade, oh, I'm doing this shade. I'm just gonna put it on and we'll see what we get. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. Let's see, what do I want to do? In fact, I think I'm just gonna use the mirror, and I'll, like, have you guys here. Sorry, I pointed my brush at you. Gosh, that was so rude. I'll just have you guys here, like, watching me as I do it. So, yeah. Anyway. So, I don't know what to talk about, you guys. I don't have a lot going on. I mean, I have a lot going on. Trust me, I have 3 boys. Like, I always have a lot going on. But, like, as far as, like, oh, I'm working on this and doing this and, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's not really happening for me right now. I stay at home with the kids, and it's summer, so I've got all 3 of them at home, and we live in Florida, so Florida summers are a lot different than California summers, which is where I'm from. Florida summers are like scattered thunderstorms every day kind of thing. So, and I'm terrified of thunderstorms. If you know me, you kind of know that. But so it's not like the normal summers where, like, the kids are just playing outside all day and stuff like that every day. Like, Lucas would if he could. Trust me. Oh my gosh, that kid. He already has, like, a ton of friends on the block and stuff, and I love that. I absolutely love watching my kid go out and play with friends outside, because obviously, like, nowadays people are always complaining. They're like, oh, kids don't play enough. Oh, you know, back in my day, like, we didn't come home till the lights were on outside, or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. That's how I grew up too. I mean, I'm not, like, bashing anyone, but, like, but then in my neighborhood, at least, we get these people who are like, people need to watch their kids, and oh, like, there's just kids running all around, and, like, I make sure that I tell Lucas, like, if you're going to be playing, you be respectful of people's space and privacy, and you don't go up to doors, and, like, you don't, there's certain things that I'm like, this, and this, and, like, he knows those things. So for me, like, I understand that not all kids are gonna get that, or even, like, listen to their parents or whatever. Like, I understand 100% that there are probably some bad apples out there, but for mine, like, I'm pretty confident, and this is not me, like, being like, oh, my kid's perfect, but, like, I am pretty confident my son, if I tell him something, he listens, and he respects people's, you know, privacy and space and stuff, and he's really good about that. So, like, I don't know, it's like such a weird thing. I've seen people complain about, like, kids playing outside, but then I also see people complain about kids not playing outside. So it's kind of like, okay, well, can you win, or you can't win, first of all. Like, you just can't. You can't win. It's kind of like you're wrong no matter what you do. And that's sad. Like, I want my son to be able to go out and play with his friends and, like, be a kid and get dirty and, like, build forts. He was building forts with his friends, and I literally almost started crying because I used to just, that's what I did as a kid. Like, I used to just, like, build forts with my friends, and we would be out all day and doing all the things. And, I mean, obviously, things are a little different now. Like, I get that. But it's not so different that, like, kids can't be out and, like, enjoying themselves and being kids. It's so important. Anyway, I went on a whole rant there. It's just a whole thing. But anyway, summers in Florida. Not exactly like summers in California. So we've been struggling with that a little bit. I personally, like, so my husband Damon, obviously lots of you know him, is in the Marine Corps. And right now we're stationed here in Pensacola, Florida. And it's just so different than back home. So I struggle a lot with it. Like, I sometimes feel really out of place here. I feel like I'm not comfortable. And then there's the weather, like, we get hurricanes and tornadoes and all that, and it's like, I'm not used to it. I didn't grow up with this. I grew up in California where, like, yeah, it rained, but it didn't always, like, we never had severe weather. And they have severe weather here a lot. It's just a thing. And I didn't know that moving here. I had no idea. I didn't know what to expect. And it's like that everywhere. I hated Southern California when I first moved there. I was convinced, I was like, oh no, it's all snooty people and it's all traffic and it's all crazy and, like, I hate it here. And now, you know what? I would die. I would die to go back to Southern California. I'm praying that we get stationed. The next place we get stationed is, somewhere in California. One, because I miss my family. It is so hard to raise your kids and be an adult and just be away from family all the time. It's so difficult. It's heartbreaking to know that your kids aren't getting to know their grandparents and their cousins and their aunts and their uncles and all of these people who mean so much in their lives, but they don't get to see them, and life gets super busy. So, like, I'm bad at keeping in touch, and it's just a thing. Like, it's absolutely life. Like, I 100% understand that. But I never imagined how hard it would be to move away from home. And, like, also, I mean, not having the support system, not having the help, not having, you know, it's just, it's really difficult sometimes not to be, like, a pity party. Like, there's aspects of my life that I love. Like, I think it's so cool that I have actually gotten to travel. I've been across the country 3 times now. So it's cool, but, like, there's ups and downs. There's bad and good. There's pros and cons. And so, what I was getting to was my husband, Damon, recently, he might be doing recruiting, which is something that, it's gonna be a big change for us. Like, we have lived the past 8 years. 8 years. We've lived the past 8 years on military bases and, in military towns and in coastal towns and blah, blah, blah. And so when he does the recruiting thing, if that's what he ends up doing, we're going to be moving wherever they send us, which, I mean, we could possibly get moved back home to Redding or to California, which would be super cool. I that's what I want. But, but we won't be living at a base. Like, we'll be living in a town, like in a normal town with no gates, like, no, you know, military gates. So, for no people who don't know about, like, military life, I have to have my ID card, my spouse ID card, whenever I want to get onto the base, or when I want to go to the commissary to go grocery shopping, which I never shop there anyway because it's a nightmare. That's so besides the point. I just had to throw shade at the commissary. But yeah, I mean, like, I have to have my ID, and, like, then it's, we see military all the time, and it's become such a norm for me that I'm like, wow, we could go back to, like, normal life and be, like, in a normal town and not have to worry about, like, having my ID every second of every day, which I've already told Damon. I'm like, I'm gonna lose that ID, like, while we're gone. Like, I'm not gonna know where it is, because I won't need it, and, like, it's such a, like, and I have to use it when I go to the doctor, because it's my insurance card, which I'll have to use it, whatever. Anyway, whatever, you guys don't care. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a really big change of pace, but it's also, I'm really hoping that we manage to get sent back home-ish, like somewhere in the California area, possibly Oregon. Damon has mentioned that. Sorry, I'm like blabbering and not doing my makeup. Mascara, L'Oreal Voluminous Original, not the Lash Paradise, the original. But yeah, so I mean, it's a possibility that we could get sent. I really like this makeup. Wow. I wasn't even paying attention to the makeup. I was just doing it and talking, and I really like it. Anyway, yeah, so I mean, what was I saying? It would be really, really nice to get moved back to a familiar area with family around. I get really emotional talking about it, but, my family came out, my mom and dad came out, my mom and dad, my sister, my two sisters, and my brother all came out and got to hang out with us for a week, and it was the best trip, like, ever. Like, it was incredible. We got to make so many memories. We just hung out. I got to spend more time with my baby sister and my baby brother, who I barely know. I am not gonna cry on my first YouTube video. That's not gonna happen. Anyway, but, like, having them here, it felt so normal. It felt like I was just Courtney again. You know what I mean? You probably don't know what I mean. But it felt really, really good to have family around and just see them on a daily basis and, like, watch them with the kids, which was, I tell you what, military spouses out there, when you see your kids playing with their grandparents, and there's just a feeling like no other, because they never, like, if you live far from home, that doesn't happen. And so getting to see that is so special. I got to spend time with my dad and my mom, and, like, it's just, I mean, it was great. Anyway, it was great. Sorry. L'Oreal Infallible Liquid Lipstick. And I think this one is Nudist. Of course, it's a stupid name because nude. Does anyone else hate that they make it, like, all, like, sexual? Like, oh, like, there's one that's called Send Nudes, and I was like, no, don't do that. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, but I'm not gonna talk during this part, you guys. Sorry. That's pretty with this whole look. I'm gonna let that dry down, and then I'm gonna put something up on top of it. But as I was saying, I don't know. I went on a whole tangent there, and I'm you know, I tend to ramble anyway, regardless of what I'm doing. So, yeah, but possibly moving back near home because of Damon's new job as a recruiter, if he gets it. And that'll be just a different experience, and I'm excited for it. I'm ready. I haven't enjoyed my time here in Florida, and I think that a change of pace, and maybe not even a change of pace, but back to normal, is something that I really, really could use. I feel like I talked a lot in this video. I feel like I kind of unloaded a lot, but it also felt really good and it felt really natural, so I think I'm gonna leave it. We're just gonna go with it and see what everyone says. But yeah, so this is my face done. I like it a lot. Like, it's not like extreme or like fancy or anything, but I didn't do my eyebrows. I'm still mastering that whole thing, so like sometimes I do my brows, sometimes I don't. Every time I do them I hate them, so I'm just gonna leave that out for now. I'm sad I don't have any highlight on. In fact, I really should go grab a highlighter and just put it on, but yeah, I'm not going to because I'm already almost done. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this. This is a Tarte. Good timing, huh? This is a Tarte lipstick. It's basically just glitter though, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it over the top. And the thing about this is like it's gold, but it's got glitter, pink glitter in it, and it shifts in light, and it's really pretty. And I actually have never, sorry, I leaned over to see the mirror. I've never used it with this color before, and I love it. Wow, I love this. Okay. Anyway, I think that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video if I put it up. I am excited to start this journey. I'm ready to take the step, I think. I'm diving in, and I'm just gonna see where it goes. I hope that you guys stick with me, and we can hang out together, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I love you guys.